They're off. 7 furlongs in front of them. The Newsells Park stud Sweet Solera begins this Group 3 contest. Venetian Lace away alertly, and runners electing to go more towards the far side, the right, as we look down the track here for the first time in the two-day meeting. So it's Venetian Lace leading them hard up against the running rail. Shows up from Dance to the Music in the royal blue. Back in behind those for third is Princess Petrol. Another length and a half away is Sapphire Steps, and the market leader, Midnight Tango, and Usheen Murphy settled at the back end of the order. It is Venetian Lace, the Silver Silks in front, leads up here by 3 parts of a length from Dance to the Music. The Rowley Mile winner running in second. Behind those in third, the Ascot Victor, Princess Petrol, looking to make a little bit of headway. Back end of the order still, both Midnight Tango and Sapphire Steps as they work their way beyond the 3 furlong marker. It is Venetian Lace in front, 3 parts of a length. Now Dance to the Music just being wound up in second. Behind them, Princess Petrol flat down into the drive. Midnight Tango is trying to come, will need a bit of a gap, a little stuck in behind, and Sapphire Steps is in rear, sprinting inside the final furlong and a half. Dance to the Music now just edges on upside Venetian Lace. Dance to the Music wandering around. Princess Petrol is trying to finish off. 3 in a line here, driving close to home. Dance to the Music in between rivals, just has it. Princess Petrol trying to close. Dance to the Music won the Sweet Solera narrowly over Princess Petrol in second, Venetian Lace in third, then Midnight Tango, and finally Sapphire Steps.
Billy Loughnane in earlier winning action on Dance to the Music and the Sweet Solera. It looked fairly straightforward from the word go. You grabbed a good position, you sprinted away.
Yeah, I liked the first time when I rode her. She was still very raw, and a little bit the same today. As you say, got a nice slot, went by the Johnson horse quickly, and she idled a little bit in front, but she was tough when she needed to be.
She's obviously still going to be learning in just her second start, but to win a group race against horses with proven form in that kind of grade, it bodes very well.
Yeah, for sure. I think she's got a bright future. Like I say, she had a little bit of time between first and second run, and obviously, I'm not sure what plans Charlie's got for her, but I think she's got a bright future ahead of her.
I was putting this to Charlie. You started riding for him quite early on in your apprentice career. I think maybe even 10 winners in, you were donning the Godolphin blue. To see where it's come to be riding in Group 1s for him at this stage, it's a real feather in your cap. Yeah,
I'm very, very lucky. Charlie supported me early on, as you say. I hadn't had only been riding a couple of months back then, and he's been very, very good to me, supported me right through, and now thankfully to be able to get on some real nice horses for him in some big races.
Not to mention statistically one of the best in the world as it stands. He's won a stack of prize money Rebels Romance. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, it's a dream come true to get on a horse like him. Obviously he's been an absolute superstar for the last couple of years, and like you say, a proper globe-trotting star.
Have you sat on him?
I sat on him on Tuesday morning just for a little bit of a canter, just to get to know him a little bit, and he's a big boy, he's very powerful, and yeah, very good horse.
Only ride on the card? You picking up one or two elsewhere, or it's business?
Just in for Rebels, in to try and get the job done and then come home.
And chance of a potential winner saying goodbye to the July course in our last race?
Yeah, for sure. Sort of things didn't quite fire right from last time, but he's off a nice weight, and I think the step up in trip will really benefit him.
Best of luck tomorrow, Billy, and well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Cheers.
Sweet success for Dance to the Music and the Sweet Solera. Charlie Appleby joins me now. A lot of success, you're used to it at this place, but that must have been quite satisfying.
Yeah, very pleasing. I mean, she's a filly, obviously, full sister of Space Blues, so your heart will sometimes rule your head when you get involved in these pedigrees, but she's so much more forward than Space Blues himself. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. We ran him in September or October time in a maiden there around Nottingham, I think it was. But she came out in the spring there. Billy rode her that day on the Rowley Mile. Said she was very weak and raw, which she was really. And we've given her all the time to do what she needs to do to this stage of her career. And the step up to 7 was, we felt it's the right time to do it. But what I did like, she does have she has that turn of foot as well, which Billy used today. Obviously, when you've got a Charlie Johnson horse on the front end there, you've got to respect that, so you've got to be sitting close to its girth. And as Billy said, I was never going to try and outstay one of theirs, so he said I used that acceleration when I had it there underneath me, and I think that was probably the winning of the race.
Would you say speed is her greatest asset at this point and possibly going forward?
Yeah, I would say so, especially on the back of being, like I say, what we saw with Space Blues. As he got older and stronger, he got quicker, and I think she will do the same. As Billy said today, you know, she's still very raw and very weak, not very weak, but weak and raw still. And I think you know, she's only going to but improve with time under her girth.
She wouldn't necessarily be the biggest, but she's got a lot of heart and she's got a lot of boot as well.
No, that's right. You know, but Space Blues wasn't, to be fair, he wasn't the biggest and most robust horse. You know, obviously we got the chance to see him as he got to the age of 4 and 5, so we saw a more developed horse when he was competing at the highest level. But you know, as I always say, you're better off having a good little one than a bad big one.
Very able to pick out horses at the early stages of their career and try and map out exactly who might be of the top class. You can do it with humans as well. You used Billy Loughnane very early on into his apprenticeship. I believe he rode in the Royal Blue. What sets him apart so that when you have situations like Will Buick being in Saratoga and being needed in Deauville tomorrow, that you can call on him?
Well, like I say, look, Billy's a natural talent there. We've seen, you know, before I had even had the chance to give him the ride, you know, he was already showing his talent. You know, he's bred for the job, as they say. But it's lovely to be able to give him the opportunities to sit on nice horses and to see somebody enjoying it as well. As we know, sometimes in sport and life, people become complacent with it. But you know, he's been coming in the last few weeks there riding out, obviously on the back of, you know, hopefully getting or riding Rebels Romance tomorrow there. That you know, to see someone who's riding plenty of winners, but to see him, you know, enjoying getting on a different calibre of horse in respects to Rebels Romance, it's a pleasure to see.
All good with Rebels Romance?
Yeah, no, he's in great form. He's shipped over. I just had the videos actually sent to me there. He's shipped in fine. It's one thing he's used to now is travelling. So yeah, he goes there. Sounds like the ground's been it's going to be a sound surface. I was just slightly on weather watch, and it sounds like it's going to be set fair for the weekend there. So yeah, he goes there in great order, and I'm sure the pair of them will have a bit of fun around there tomorrow.
And the pair in the Morris de Geest as well?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I will say with respects to Shadow of Light is, well, again, it's tricky for Will because you know, he had to choose one of them, and you know, he's always wanted to obviously stay with Shadow of Light, but you know, French rules are we can't switch jockeys if there were one of them not to run. But the only one, as we stand here at the moment, and Deauville can change in a heartbeat, is if it's quick ground, it will be a question mark whether he participates. That's all. But it was good ground there today, so we'll be keeping an eye on how much water they put on tonight and see what the conditions are when we arrive tomorrow.
Very quickly, you're two in Saratoga as well. That's surely going to be quick ground.
Yeah, but I don't worry. They're used to quick ground. That's no problem. I have been there though when it has been called off on soft ground as well. But both go there in great shape. Nation's Pride stepping up to the 1.5 miles, I think will suit. Farbridge, you've got to give him all the respect because you know he's been doing it at that level consistently over the last 12 months or 18 months now. But like I said, we go there with Nation's Pride. He's been there and done it at the top level. Stepping up to the 1.5 miles will suit. El Cordobi's is the younger legs, but I think the setup of the race could just suit him as well.
Charlie, could talk for hours on this. There's so many different international targets. Many thanks for your time. Well done here.
Pleasure. Thanks very much.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.